Nick Gallo, Bally Sports. Just want to ask you about the way that your team kind of hung in there throughout this one and gave itself a chance in clutch time again.
Yeah, I thought I told the team after the game, if we got a week left of the regular season, and if we bring the same level of focus, competitiveness, physicality, execution of game plan, if we bring the same level of that to all these games, we'll be able to lay our head on the pillow at night. Because I just thought we played at a really high level today, and they were just the better team on this day. But, we did a lot of good things. We shot more free throws, turned it over less, more points off turnovers, more second chance points, made 2 less threes. I just thought the difference in the game was like the shot making. They made some tough shots that you have to tip your hat to, and they made some shots that were kind of plan B plays. Like we took away the initial stuff, and they, to their credit, on this day, rose up and made them. And so you got to tip your hat and keep it moving. But for our purposes, we got to bottle this up and bring this again on Tuesday or whenever we play again and keep it rolling.
It seemed like you all were changing up defenses throughout the night. Eventually went to Lou on Durant in the fourth. Then they put him in the corner and kind of took him away from the center of the floor. Can you just kind of break down that dynamic of how you were able to seem like bog them down a little bit and force those post-ups?
Yeah, I thought, like I said, we were switching things up pretty fluidly throughout the game, and the whole key to that is the alertness of the team and the players. And I just thought our focus level, our execution of that today was high level. And like I said, on a lot of possessions, we made them beat us with plan B. And to their credit, they did. So you tip your hat. But in terms of what we could control, I was really pleased with how we played.
Just to kind of follow up on that, like J-Dub, Wiggins, Dort all had their turns on Durant. Like J-Dub specifically for a rookie, I know you're not going to stop Durant from scoring, but like, what are you as a coach like looking for out of him in that matchup?
Kind of what he did. You got to fight him off spots. You got to contest everything. Dub's got great length, and you've got to kind of throw his rhythm off in whatever way that you can. And I thought Durant got into a little bit of a rhythm with the cuts off the ball. And was just getting to spots. And I thought Dort did a really good job in the fourth quarter, especially of getting him off of some of those spots. But for Dub's purposes, these guys are like really good players that he's guarding, and he's doing it every night. And he's done it every night now for 50 straight games. And it's an acquired skill, like you get a feel, just like you learn the pictures on offense or defense in the NBA. Your first time going against some of these guys is difficult. Kevin Durant's been doing this for a decade, and Dub's been doing it for 29 minutes. So it's a learned skill, but you need to go through it. And certainly he's a guy as quick of a study as he is. The next time he gets to play him, he'll be better because he's done that in every other facet of his game.
Trapping Booker early, even from the opening tip, is that kind of a way to send a message, or what were you trying to do there?
On the opening tip?
Well, just, yeah, was the opening tip related to that? Because I know J-Dub was in the circle for the jump ball, which was unusual.
Yeah, we trapped him last game, and it was effective, and it was just a quick little reminder and, let him know we're coming today.
Ask you about a couple of bench guys. Isaiah Joe, obviously, he's had, difficulty shooting the ball the last couple of games. Just how do you, without making it about him, how do you keep that encouraged, to let him know that you still need him to be a part of this team and be a big contributor? And then it seems like every other month we had to, kind of talk about Aaron Wiggins and his ability to stay a pro and come in and give you big minutes whenever he does.
Yeah, big minutes. He was really good today. In a lot of stretches, he's just so reliable on both ends of the floor, Wiggs, and then Isaiah, the thing that I've said all along, even when he was scorching in some of these games, is his, he's a rounded player, and that allows you to keep him on the floor. And in this case, it allows you to play him through a rough shooting stretch. In terms of his shooting, I'm just going to go and sit in the grass outside and wait a little bit, and he'll just start making them again. I'm not going to overcoach that.
Andrew Schlechter, The Athletic. You kind of touched on this at the beginning when you were talking about the way that the team played, but I'm just curious your thoughts on Lou tonight. He was kind of everywhere to start the game and kind of continued to be that throughout the game. And obviously that's not anything new, but it seemed to be just a little bit more today.
Yeah, I think he just has a sixth sense for competitive situations. It just seems to bring out the best in him. He rises to competition. I've said that many times about him. And when the level of game gets amped up, he amps up with it and stays ahead of it. And he's always been like that from the first game we put him in. We played him in a Minnesota game here. I think that was his first game. And we were down some guys. We ended up winning on the baseball pass, but he ended up getting a loose ball in that game. And it was like from the first possession the guy played, he's been like that. And he's always been like that. And like I said, at this point, a couple years later, it's now become contagious, and with the youngest team in the league, physicality, fearlessness, competitiveness are essential ingredients for us to compete with these types of teams and to grow. And he's got a contagiousness about him there, and when he brings that, it amps up our team.
And the race for 10th or 9th or wherever you guys are at is really tight. How much are you watching like other team scores or like looking at box scores after the game is over? Like Dallas lost and you guys are super tight and you kind of need them to continue to lose, but thoughts on just the race overall?
We're aware of the scores. We're not like, blinding ourselves from the scores, but the best way to win a race is to, keep your head down and run your race as fast as you can and as best as you can. And at the end of the day, last season, this season, next season, season after that, that's a learned skill, is to be able to keep your head down and to just run as fast as you can and allow that to lead you wherever it leads you. And if we do that, we'll be able to lay our head on the pillow at night knowing that we gave it our best shot no matter what happens. And knowing that, by throwing our best punch, that's how we're going to grow and improve the team, which, again, as I've said all along, is our number one goal. We're not going to allow a short-term goal to get in the way of what we're building, because we think we're building something special and something much bigger than one season.